So this session is totally related to the questions related to topic, the particulate nature of the matter. So I want everyone to participate. The first question, question 1. What could be the right answer for question 1? The question is two gas jars are set up as shown. So you can see that setup, air is there and a brown gas. The lid is removed and the gas jar are left to stand. After some time, the content of both gas jars are brown. Which process caused this to happen? So what is the right answer? You can use the chat to state the answer. For each question, you will have about 1 minute. So there's a brown gas at the bottom and air is present at the top. When we remove the lid, it turned out to be brown overall. So which process caused this to happen? Basically, the brown gas particles are disposition in air, which is a colorless. So we have a high concentration of air and we have a high concentration of a brown gas. But when we remove the lid, the brown gas move from high concentration to lower concentration, as well as air will move from higher concentration to lower concentration. And when the particle move from region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration, we call this process as diffusion. So B is the right answer for question 1. Question 2. So in question 2, the hint for the question is given that ammonia can change the indicator paper, the color of indicator paper, carbon dioxide can change, chlorine can change, but hydrogen does not change the color of indicator paper. A gas is released at Q, which gas changes the color of damp universal indicator most quickly. So what could be the right answer? The hint for the question, if you check the hint, it is given that hydrogen does not change the color of indicator paper. So when you compare the rate of the diffusion, that which gas will diffuse faster. So the number one, because the mass and the rate of diffusion are inversely proportional. So if the gas is lighter, it will diffuse at a faster rate. So when you point out the least mass is for hydrogen, so hydrogen diffuse faster, followed by ammonia, then carbon dioxide will be the third one, and the fourth one will be chlorine. But if you read the question, they mention here which gas changes the color of indicator paper most quickly. So even though if there was hydrogen, hydrogen will move faster, but hydrogen does not have any effect on the indicator paper. That is why we cannot choose hydrogen or select hydrogen. So the correct answer after hydrogen is ammonia, and that can also change the indicator. So A is the right answer for question 2. Is it clear to everyone? Moving on to question 3. Hydrogen chloride gas react with ammonia to form a solid ammonium chloride. The apparatus is set up as shown. So hydrogen chloride gas, what is the mass of hydrogen chloride? Hydrogen is 1 and chlorine is 35.5. So I'm providing the mass. In the exam, you will have the periodic table so you can work out the mass, but right now I'm providing that is 36.5. And for ammonia, nitrogen is 14 and hydrogen is 1 multiplied by 3, that's equal to 70. So after few minutes, a solid ammonium chloride is formed. So a solid ammonium chloride is formed at this position. Now they're saying the experiment is repeated using hydrogen bromide. So we use hydrogen bromide, and what is the mass of hydrogen bromide? It is 81. Bromine approximately 80 and hydrogen is 1, so it is 81. The question is how far along the tube does the solid ammonium bromide formed? So where ammonium bromide will form? A, B, C or D? That is the question. So the question is, they mention when hydrogen chloride react with ammonia, it is forming at position as shown. The same question they are asking, that if we repeat the experiment with hydrogen bromide is heavier as compared to hydrogen chloride. So what is the likely position it will form? Ammonium bromide or a solid? So when you check the mass here, hydrogen chloride is 36.5 and ammonia is 17. So according to this, HCl will diffuse slower because it is heavy, and ammonia will diffuse faster because it is lighter. So when ammonia and hydrogen chloride and ammonia react, they react at point B, basically because this is under B. But now you're using hydrogen bromide. Hydrogen bromide is heavier. So when the gas is heavy, it will move much slower. So which position they will likely react? So likely position they will react is A. Is it clear to everyone? And I want participation from everyone. Don't bother about the wrong answer, even your answer is wrong, but you will learn from your mistakes. So your participation is important. Question 4. The question is, pure water boils at 100. What happened to water particle when water boils? So A, B, C or D. So basically what happened when we supply energy, the water particles gain energy and they move further apart or they changes their state. So A is the right answer for question 4. Question 5. The mass for methane, that is 12 plus 4, that is 16, and 12 multiplied by 2, 24 plus 6, that's equal to 30. For question 5, what could be the right answer for question 5? The formula of methane and ethane is given. Which road? Describe diffusion and relative rate of diffusion for methane and ethane. So for a hint, I will remove 2 wrong answers. Now what could be the right answer? You have to select only from 2. So if you read the question, they mention here the formula for methane and for formula of ethane is given. Which row describe the diffusion? So what is the definition of the diffusion? Diffusion means it's a movement of the particle from region of high concentration to low concentration. And relative rate of diffusion means which gas will diffuse faster. Lighter gases will diffuse faster. Methane is 16, so which is lighter, and ethane is 30, so it is comparatively heavy compared to methane. So methane will diffuse faster compared to that of ethane. So B is the right answer for question 5. Is it clear to everyone? moving on to the next question. Which row about the change in state is correct? For question 6. So which row about the change in state is correct? A solid is turning into liquid. If we check, if option A is the right answer, if we check these options, so solid is converting into liquid. When solid is changing into liquid, heat is not given out, heat is actually taken in, because the energy is used to break the bonds between the particles. That is why when a solid is converting into liquid, it has to take in heat, not give out heat. So A is not the right answer. What about B? When a gas turn into liquid, so gas, the particles are away and it turned into liquid, so the particles come closer. So when the particles come closer, they release energy. So they give out energy. So B is also wrong, because they don't take energy, it release energy. Option C, solid change to gas or sublimation, heat is taken in and the process is called sublimation. So that's true. So C is the right answer for question 6. Question 7, it is similar to what we did in question 5. Methane mass is 16 and this one is 30. Ethane. 28, sorry, because it is ethene. So the rate of diffusion of two gases, methane and ethene, is measured using an apparatus. Which gas diffuse faster and why? So diffusion depends on the mass. Methane will diffuse faster because it is lighter. So C is the right answer. Question 8. The diagram shows an experiment to demonstrate diffusion. We have hydrochloric acid and we have ammonia. So a cotton wool soaked in hydrochloric acid and a cotton wool soaked in ammonia. Which statement explain the ring of ammonium chloride appear? So why we see a ring of ammonium chloride at this point? So basically what happened, the both solution produces gas. So this produces HCl gas and this produce ammonia. And when HCl mixed with ammonia, because ammonia is lighter so it will diffuse faster, that's why this ammonium chloride is formed closer to HCl as it is diffusing slower as compared to that of ammonia. So both solution produce gas, but ammonia move quicker than hydrogen chloride because it is lighter. So B is the right answer for this question. Question 9 and 10 we discussed yesterday, so I'm going 9, 10, 11, even 12 we discussed. Question 14. Which statement describes sublimation? So when we compare sublimation, the particles move slowly past each other, speed up and move further apart. Basically what is happening in sublimation, a solid is converting into liquid, or a solid is converting into gas, or a gas turned into solid. So normally in a solid, particles are tightly packed together. So initially the particles are vibrating next to each other and they start to move rapidly and move further apart. So C is the right answer. Why not B? Because in B they mention particle vibrate next to each other, become mobile and move slowly. So it means B is representing what? B is representing the process of melting. The term mobile means like if something is able to move, we call that as mobile. Become mobile, can move from one place to another. That is what happen in liquids, that the particles are mobile. What is the meaning of mobile here? Means these particles can move past each other, move around each other. Is it clear? Question 14. Question 15. When a smoke particles are observed with a microscope, they are seen to move around randomly. This is called Brownian motion. What caused the Brownian motion? Why the smoke particles are moving randomly? That's the main question. So basically what happened, the heavy smoke particles are continuously hit by or colliding with the lighter air molecules, and these lighter air molecules, what they cause? They cause a random motion. So molecules in air hitting the smoke particle, that's why it caused a random motion. What about question 16? Question 16. Oxygen and fluorine are gaseous elements next to each other in a periodic table. I will give you the mass of oxygen. Oxygen is O2, which is 16 multiplied by 2, that is equals to 32. And fluorine is F2, which is 19 multiplied by 2, that is equals to 38. So mass of fluorine is 38 and mass of oxygen is 32. So in the question, oxygen and fluorine are gaseous elements next to each other in a periodic table. Under the same conditions, the temperature and pressure, oxygen diffuse faster. Why faster? Because oxygen is lighter, or it is than fluorine, because its molecular mass is less than fluorine. So A is the right answer. So these are the MCQs related to the particulate nature. Now the structure questions. Okay, the structure question. The concentration of ammonia, the concentrated ammonia solution gives off ammonia. So there's a concentrated ammonia solution, it is giving out ammonia, NH3, and there's a concentrated hydrochloric acid which is giving hydrogen chloride. And when we write the mass, 35.5 plus 1, so that is 36.5, and NH3 14 plus 3, that is equals to 17. And you will find a similar question, like similar type or same type of gases were used in the MCQs as well as the structure question. So there's a similar pattern. Every time you find questions are interrelated. So the concentrated hydrochloric acid gives off hydrogen chloride gas. Ammonia NH3 and hydrogen chloride are both colorless. When ammonia react with hydrogen chloride, it make a white solid. So there is a white solid, ammonium chloride is formed. In the question, after 10 minutes, a white solid formed in the tube where the gases meet. Write a chemical equation for reaction of ammonia with hydrogen chloride. So ammonia is reacting with hydrogen chloride. This part about the chemical equations that we will discuss in chapter 3. So I am completing it now. When ammonia, which is NH3, mix with hydrogen chloride, this gives a product ammonium chloride, so it will form NH4Cl. But how this answer came, that we will discuss in how to complete the equation. So you don't have to bother about right now for this part A. Then part B, name the process by which ammonia and hydrogen chloride gases move in the tube. What is the name of the process? And this time, because we are doing the structure question, so I want everyone that your answer should be visible to everyone, because this is a structure question. Your answer should be visible to everyone. Yeah, that's right. So the process is simply known as diffusion. The next part, at which point A, B, C or D does the white solid form? So which point the white solid will form? A, B, C or D? B is the center, approximately center of the tube. So the right answer for this one is A. And why A is the right answer? Because the reason ammonia is lighter, or you can say smaller molecular mass, it will diffuse faster. Is it clear? Discussion till point 3. The masses already I mentioned. For HCl in the beginning I mentioned it was 36.5, and for NH3 it was 17. Then the fourth part, experiment was repeated at higher temperature. So what we did, we increased the temperature, predict how the results of experiment would be different, and it's of 3 marks. So how do you expect if we repeat the experiment at a higher temperature, what will be the difference? When ammonia is reacting, the hint is when ammonia react with HCl, it is forming a white solid. So if we repeat the experiment at high temperature, uh, what will happen to the time for formation of this white solid? Will it form faster or take more time, or it will take less time or more time? So if we increase the temperature, the speed of particle will increase. That's right. One mark is for mentioning the speed. Increasing the temperature will increase the speed. That's right. The second mark is for the time. It will take a short time. And the third mark is actually related to, so we are increasing a temperature of the tube. So basically we are increasing a temperature for both ammonia and HCl. So what will happen? The solid will form in a short time, or it will form faster or quicker, because the particles have more energy and they will move or diffuse faster. So according to these marks are according to the answer. So first mark you will, like when you write, the first thing you will mention, the solid will form in a short time. That is one mark. Then the particles have more energy at high temperature, so they will move faster. That is the second mark. And what about the third one? the speed of the molecules or rate of diffusion will increase. That is the third mark. So first one is solid will form in a short time. Second one, particle have more energy at high temperature, so they will move faster. And the third one is the speed of the molecule or the rate of diffusion will increase. Three minutes left, so I will share another link and continue this discussion. Any question till now? This is not same as sublimation. Sublimation means when solid turn into a gas. But in diffusion, the particles in a gas or particles of a liquid move from region of a higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. This is a chemical reaction. When gases react and form a solid, we don't call sublimation because it's a chemical change. For chemical changes, you can write the equation. Like here, we wrote the equation that we have NH3, which is in a gas, react with HCl, which is also a gas, and it form NH4Cl, which is a solid. But we don't call this sublimation. Why we don't call it sublimation? Because it's a chemical reaction. When there's a physical change, like the particle does not change, only the arrangement of the particle change, but the particle does not change by themselves. We call that as a physical change. So when a solid convert into gas or a gas convert directly to solid without changing the type of the particle, we call sublimation. But here it's not a sublimation, as the two gases react and form a solid, which is totally a new thing, a new substance. So I'll share another link and continue this